Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rita Barakat. I am a mixed media artist, and today I'm taking you behind the scenes into my studio so that you can see a little bit of how I organize things. I don't know about you, but I like to see how people do things, and a little bit about me. I do mixed media art. I do lots of fun and whimsical creations, whether it be from scrapbooking all the way to big murals and canvases. Right behind me you can see my cabinets there, some of my work. So I hope you enjoy today, and if you want to see still shots, be sure to go to my website ritabarakat.com, and I will put a link there so that you can read it. I know it's a long last name, and please follow my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so fair warning, it is kind of messy in here. But when you walk in, I have two double doors, so if you would be walking in this way, on the back side of the door I've got some aprons, and when things get really messy I may put them on. Not very often. I have ruined some clothes that way, but I've got a stack of work that I need to do something with. I need a better way to store that stuff. You see right here I've got a bunch of 12 by 12 packs of paper. Thank you, Die Cuts with a View. And on the top I have things like the cards. I'm pulling that out. I have these cubbies with cards, anything that has to do with making cards or mini albums. I've got these little small stacks, and in there I have pictures that are separated by age, and a lot of them are duplicates if I haven't scrapbooked them. Okay, now on this side, you see on the wall, I have some different hangings and different things that I've done for manufacturers or CHA, and you see I've got my drawers, and you can see it's kind of messy there. I have three. I think I really want to get another one so that I think it would stack nicely on the wall. These are, right now it's holding my printers, and that's not very pretty. I like to separate things by, sometimes it depends if it's, if I'm working with a manufacturer, like right now with Deco Arts or Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft. You see in here I've got these I got at a craft show, and you can pull the whole thing out. It's just plastic, so I was able to cut it to make it fit into my drawer. Oops, now I'm like messing it up. Okay, hold on guys. I'm just going to pull that out of there since I can't get it in there with one hand. Alright, so in here I group it by what it is. So here we have these are all paints that have some kind of either glitter or some kind of metallic thing going on, or the mineral powders that are super shimmery. I think like these are Ann Butler, these are Ann Butler, these are Bo Bunny. I've got a little bit of, just different miscellaneous ones that I don't necessarily have a whole collection. And this one I have my stamps, and I have my little tiny stamp pads, distressed ink, my little tiny alphas, and these are really cool. I got these at a craft show too. I don't know if you can see those. These are really cool. These are from this company, sacrafters.com, and they're local here in Texas. Okay, and here I've got, I love this, I love the way this looks because it just looks so cool and organized, and I love looking at the colors. These are from Color Art when I was on the design team there, so of course had a lot of product. And these are different punches that I have. Okay, and I put those on the bottom because I really don't want to be bending down. So if we go back up, I've got some of my work, some of my favorite people up there on that wall. And, oh, that's me and my grandma. Yeah, when I was a baby. Anyways. Okay, so in this drawer I've got fibers, I've got threads, needle, and I don't really sew. I mean, I could do a hem if I had to, but I really don't sew unless it's on a project. I will sew fiber on it, or, you know, with the mixed media kind of thing. So I've got that drawer. Again, this one's kind of empty. It's just different companies that I don't necessarily have a whole lot of, or I haven't worked with, but I've got some of their, or I did maybe a guest spot, and I've got some of their products in here. So, but again, paints. Yeah, here's my Faber-Castell stuff, backstock. These are my washi tapes, twine. We all love washi tape, but I love twine. I love natural looking things too. And again, these are really old, from Heidi Swap when she first started. Whoops. Okay. In here I have more twine. This is the other type of twine, not the natural, but I've got this twine. I love all that stuff. Got some ribbon back there, and I've got some flowers in there. And again, this is just kind of a multi. These are more like odds and ends, different textures and stuff. Maybe I've tried, or, you know, something like that at one time or another, and it goes in there, but I know where to find it. Okay, so in here I have my first embellishment drawer, and I would love to eventually be so organized that I have all of my embellishments in these kind of little things, and you can get these from Deflecto. These are awesome. Here's my next one. And so I do have like a method to my madness. I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but I do know where everything is as far as which drawer to look in for embellishments. The next one has the metal embellishments. I like a little metal, little bling. I've got all my cool stuff from Blue Moon, like wires and stuff if I was going to make jewelry. I don't do it often, but I have done it. I've got beads here from, a lot of them are from Blue Moon, and then some other ones that I've just collected over the years. And again, I tend to use them more for mixed media versus actual jewelry. This is my plaid drawer. I think that I've done a lot of collecting of plaid, but I also did a guest spot for them. So some of this stuff is some that I bought, and some of this stuff is some that they sent me for a guest spot. And in here then I have my spray paints, because I hardly ever use them. So again, on the bottom, because it's something that I don't use very often, and I have to go outside to use it because my room does not have windows. Okay, so going up from a display, I've got ribbons separated by color. The ones that you saw in the drawer were the ones that have, that are something that I can dye or, you know, paint, that don't have color. So these are separated by color. I've got buttons separated by color. I've got some past designs. Oh, and Tinkerbell. I love Tinkerbell. I love fairies, if you guys haven't been able to tell. I've got my little fairy house. I've got that really sweet little mask that my friend Tiffany gave me. That's awesome. In here I've got some clear scraps. And then on the floor behind here I've got kind of a mess, because I would rather create than clean up sometimes. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but okay. So next wall, here we go. We've got some mementos. These are different Tinkerbells that people have given me that I love. And I've got, oh, you see that? There's my oldest baby girl's shoe, and there's my youngest baby girl's shoe on the top. And that's the shoe that she came with when we got her. That was one of the shoes. So that's special to me. I like mementos in there. Okay, so I've got kind of a mess here, because these are things that are in progress that I can't really put away yet, because I'm using them for designer things. Okay, and the light's kind of making it hard to see, but if I back up, you guys can see. So it's kind of a mess here. This is left over from my summer classes, and like I said in my Periscope video, I don't know what happens, you know, all this stuff fit in here at one time, but somehow when you have a class and you come back, it's like you don't know what to do with the stuff. I don't know, the stuff multiplies, and then you don't know what to do with it. So I built this one. I built this cubby here for for my spray mist because I was getting so many. And I wanted to see them, because if I put them in a drawer, then I have to pull them out each one to see which color that I wanted to use, and it got really annoying. So I built that little thing, and I used wood from, I think from Hobby Lobby, but in any craft store, you know, where they have that really lightweight balsa wood, because the mists don't weigh that much. And then I did the backing of it. I did glue those pieces together with wood glue and then painted it onto a piece of hardboard. And hardboard's really inexpensive. I love hardboard because you're going to paint it and it's going to look good, and it's cheap. So then I've got my printer's tray here behind, and so I've got my little bottles in there. And then I ended up building another one because I had too much paint. Oh, but a girl can never have too much paint, right? So instead of cutting back on the paint, I decided that no, I'm just going to build another cubby for it. So, and you know, and it still has plenty of room for more paints and more fun stuff. So on here I've got some kind of leftover stuff that's kind of messy. That's a little jar my daughter made for me one time when I was at CHA. And if you look, I mean, it's just, it seems like crazy, but it really isn't. I'm going to back up here because I've got like all my canvases underneath this desk, and I've got, these are papers separated by manufacturers. So these are pattern papers that are current manufacturers. In my drawers, I do have things separated, like these are these kind of stencils that have the sticky back to them. Let's see, what else we got here? Whoops, I'm like knocking things down, guys. I've got, these are my cards for my Etsy shop, so I keep them nice and safe in there. This drawer, this cabinet right here, has stamps, older stamps. I don't do a whole lot of stamping, but older stamps, and these are stamp pads. That bucket right there in the paper, those are ones that my kids know that they can go in and use at any time. Okay, so those are the ones that my kids, that pink bucket is the one that they can use at any time, and I've got other stamps in there. Okay, let's see. So going right along, okay, so we looked right up there, above there, and down here. Here's my drawer. This is kind of like my Ranger Tim Holtz. It's got tons of little metallics, but this is more, the other one was metallic embellishments, but this is kind of more, this is that more grungy. So if I know I'm doing that kind of thing, something kind of funky that way, I'll go to this drawer. And in here, it looks kind of messy here, but you can see these are, I have to, sometimes I get on a kick and I'll do like a ton of scrapbook pages and stuff, and so these are like backstock. I've got adhesive separated dry from wet, and just different, I don't know, just kind of weird embellishments that I don't really use and could probably get rid of, but whatever. You know, the minute that you get rid of something is the minute that you need it. That's what happens to me. Okay, so I've got my stickles drawer, and you guys, I will tell you two things. One, recycle, recycle. So this plastic, let me see that. This plastic that's in here, see that? It's kind of flimsy, but because it's in a drawer, this was packaging, and so I cut it up so that I can have this to fit in my drawer. And then back there I have like extra Fiskars, scissors, and X-Acto knives. But these cabinets right here, let me back up so you can see it, like those two cabinets right there, and they look just like the rest of them, but some of them, you have to have a really good eye. My husband has a really great eye for finding things, and there was a store that was remodeling, and they were throwing them out. They just threw them in the back. So if you ever drive by, I don't know why he drives by the back of stores, probably because he's a store manager, but he was driving by and he found some in, they were just throwing them out by the trash. So he took them home, and I took them, and I'm like, yes, I want them, and we painted them. And this cabinet right here, that one right there, not that one, yeah, that one right there, also he found by the trash. I think it was a video store or something that was going out of business, and they were just throwing it out, and it was really dirty. You will have to do some cleaning, but I think it's really cute. It's just a really cute cabinet, so I was really happy to get it. My husband knows I like to recycle things. Okay, so here I've got some different boards with pictures of kids I love because I work with youth. And I've got here my daughter. My daughter has been working on, this is Entangle. It's an awesome book there from my girl Cindy Shepard. Yay! So here we have, just again, I've got my Spectrum Noir pens, and these are the embellishments that were left over from a project. Yeah, and I just shoved them in those drawers. And those are from Deflecto as well. I've got another printer's tray that I'm not happy with where it is right now, so it's just kind of there for now, so I don't fill it until I know that's where it's going to stay. So, you know, it's there. I'm working on it. Okay, up here, I've got some other craft things that I've done, and in these things, so I've got bling in here, I've got flowers in here, I've got these different papers from Die Cuts with a View, and in here and underneath, I've got papers separated by manufacturers and that I collect and I love, and I've got some down here underneath too, stacked here. Those are separated by manufacturer. And going back to this drawer, this is the kids are allowed to dig in this drawer. It has pens, whiteout, pencils, you know, kind of the basics. Underneath, I stole this out of another file cabinet and put it in here, and I've got all my cardstock separated by color. I went for a long time where I just did cardstock and not printed paper, and then I started collecting printed paper, and it was just kind of like, oh my gosh, I got all this stuff. So, okay, so I've got these cabinets, and this goes under here. Let's see, and these drawers, this is like, when I put my room together, these were like the last drawers that I did, so they still kind of have a little bit of Mod Podge stuff, you know, different odds and ends. Except for these two. These are things that have, anything that has a mold, anything that you can make with the mold, all kind of goes in here, except for these paints, just because of this odd size. I didn't have a place to do it, but it's glass. So this is like different mediums that I don't work with on a regular basis, so I know that they're all in here. On the bottom, I have my cards. These are all cards that I have made at one time or another, and I've got them separated by theme. So I can kind of pick a card really quick. If somebody needs a card, the kids know they can go in that bottom drawer. So in here I've got, there's a project I did recently. There's, I've got some Christmas cards sitting out on the counter because these days, you know, everybody's always wanting a card at the last minute. I've got a couple of baskets with different embellishments specifically from those manufacturers. Okay, I'm going to back up so you can see this. So up here, here are my fairies, and here's where I do, if I'm going to emboss or cut or anything like that, I will use this back counter. And I also use that back counter for, it's just a piece of plexiglass sitting back there as a shelf. And it's really good for, sometimes you have to take a step back and look at your project to see how it looks. And so I will sit it up there for a couple of days to make sure that I like it before I say, yeah, it's done. Okay, underneath, I will not show you that because I can't even imagine how crazy that would be under there. I've got all my cutters and that kind of thing, electronics. So up here I've got my dies. So anything to do with die cutting, embossing is in this section. and underneath are the actual machines. In here I've got some books from some of my favorite artists in here. I've got some cartridges. Oh, I've got a box of Crafty Secrets because I love, love, love their stuff. It's so cute. It's just, I don't do a whole lot of really cutesy vintage things, but I love it, love it. Okay, just some different books. I've got my Smallville and Heroes, and these are things that I watch in here when I'm doing like a whole day or something. Okay, you know, marathon work. Okay, and here I've got, on the top I've got all my negatives. Yes, I still have all those negatives that I kept on my CDs that I have digital, and before they came out with all these little things. And okay, so let's go right there. Okay, up there, and I can't get into it because I've got my easel, my art easels in front of it right now, and those are just like different, like I use that wood stick right there. I'll put it right over my cubby. I'll put it in between a shelf, and I will do my videos that way, so that I can, so that you can see, like, you know, looking down on the project as if you were here. So I've got those in there. I've got, it's pretty boring over there, printer paper, and then underneath I've got just weird shaped alterables. So it's kind of one of those drawers that when you, I mean, cabinets, when you open it, the things fall out, but you're going to find something cool in there to alter. So there's on the top. Okay, and going across the top over here. These are albums that don't have anything in them. They're open, and I try to buy them, you know, when they're on sale because I know I will need them. Those drawers have different backstock on different things that I know that I need on a regular basis, and that's why they're up there, because I don't go up there that often, you know what I mean? If I go up there, I'm going to grab a bunch at a time. And then all of these are all the IKEA cubbies, and I've got all those baskets. These actually worked out really well for me. These are just dishwashing tubs that you get, you know, at a store. And I'm trying to see if you can, there you go. So they're all labeled, you know, so this one has tools, and let me see if I can look in there. And it's not a great picture, but you get the idea. So I've got like wire in there, and the crimper, and wire cutters, and hole punches in there, and little baggies separated by what it is. This one has Christmas, so you can see it's been kind of messy coming out. Those are Christmas alterables, so those are separate. I've got over here wood letters, and also these are also big chunky letters that go on your wall. I've got my cutters in here, so this is like right above my desk, so that you can, you know, so I can reach when I'm working at my desk, the different size cutters, if I don't want to get up and use my tonic, which is on the other side. But I love my tonic. If I'm doing scrapbooking, I will use my tonic. If I'm just going to cut something really quick, I will reach in this tub and get it. And my water is always hanging right there because I need that all the time. In here, these are like mini letters, the really, really teeny tiny ones, because the bigger ones I've got separated. This one has different stamps and embossing powders in it. Let's see, I've got my, anything that has to do with my eclipse in that one, and this one on the top has, these are actually all my 6x6 stencils are in here, but then I got so many that I didn't have because I was, you know, on the design team for the Crafters Workshop, so they're separated and organized, but they're all in there. These are different chipboard pieces, and I actually have 2 drawers of chipboard. Again, die cuts. There's a little sign I made. This is something good that everybody should remember. I urge you to live a life worthy of the calling you have received. Just saying. Okay, I've got die cuts in there, and I've got more. I've got more chipboard, and then I've got the different things to stamp, and those are older, to stamp on the chipboard. In here I've got, these are embellishments that were just die cuts with a view embellishments. Backing up a little bit. Move my cup. This is drinking there. And I've got, oh, here, let's turn that little light on. I don't know if it really made a big difference, but I've got my pencils there, and I've got my Radiant Rain, all the color art things. And this is looking messy because I was using it yesterday. I've got my Faber-Castell stuff here. I've got pencils, pens, you know, paint brushes, all kinds of X-Acto knives, scissors. In here, just like basics. In here I have tubes, so they're alterables, but they're all cylinder alterables. And that this is, now you're looking at my messy desk. And yeah, I've got different things. I've got separated by, like these down here are their letters, but they're bigger letters, so they don't really fit in here. I've got adhesive, baby wipes, paper towels, that kind of thing. My mini cutter. I've got in here alphas. See, there's one that you could see. I didn't put it away. Not good. I've got in here my 6x6. And what else? I've got those 3 cubbies are all different types of paper. So this paper is different, like textures that have burlap or corkboard or a fabric paper, you know, just different kind of funky ones. And then I've got 2 other ones on the bottom. And let's see what else. So there you see, look, there's my desk, right? And I'm looking at that. And what else? I've got a light there. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I've got my cart right here. So in here is all my mixed media, anything that's like bizarre or that I could possibly put on a mixed media, I put in that middle one. I've got pants and the mist right now on the top. I've got my pencils and my sponges. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, you know, so you kind of just get a feel. So there's this way. Let's do a pan across so you can kind of get a feel where everything is. Going across that way. And I'm really close on this side. My room is long. It's normal width across, but it's a little bit, it's longer. It's actually supposed to be a media room. But we didn't use it as that. My husband was cool and he was like, hey, you know, you could use it as your studio. So I did. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the little tour. And hopefully you guys will come and visit me at ritabarakat.com, or you will follow me on YouTube or Periscope or Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or wherever you are. Okay? Have a great one, guys. Bye-bye.